This is how I study urinalysis. We have glucose here, which is normal blood glucose is maintained between 80 to 100 milligrams per 100 milliliters of blood. Now, if you find glucose in your urine, that is called glucosuria. And that's basically meaning that you have sugar or glucose in your urine, and that is because of the excessive amount of carbohydrate intake. Now, pathologically, it is also called diabetes mellitus, probably type 1. The next one is bilirubin. Now, bilirubin is basically the breakdown of the hem group in hemoglobin, and it is excreted via the bile. Now, urobilinogen is normally present in the urine, okay? However, if the levels are higher than 2 mg/dl, they may indicate liver or biliary disease or hemolytic disease, which is basically hemoglobin breakdown. Bilirubinuria is basically when bilirubin is present in the urine, and they may indicate liver disease, okay, or bile duct blockage. Now, remember, bilirubin should not be present in the urine, just like glucose. It should not be present in the urine. And I have hepatitis A, B, and C, and you check the kidney stones for this because it goes into a liver disease now if it's hepatitis A, B, or C. Alright, so the third one here is ketones. Alright, now ketonuria results as a byproduct of excessive fat metabolism. And it may result because of starvation diets, low carbohydrate diets, or diabetes mellitus. Now, if you have high ketones and high glucose, most likely you are diabetic, okay? Diabetes mellitus type 1 probably. Now, without carbohydrates, fatty acids become the fuel of choice for the heart, skeletal muscle, and liver. Remember that ketone is used for metabolism, okay? Now, without ketone, like I said right here, carbohydrate is used for metabolism. Without carbohydrates, fatty acids become the fuel instead. Remember that, okay? Next, we have the specific gravity here, which is relative weight of specific volume of liquid compared to an equal volume of distilled water. Specific gravity of distilled water is 1.000, meaning 1 milliliter weighs 1 gram. Urine contains dissolved solutes and weighs more than water. Specific gravity may be 1.001 to 1.030. So if your urine for specific gravity is between 1.001 and 1.030, you should be fine. Alright, so blood is abnormal in the urine. You should know this because when I talked about the glomerulus before, like a strainer, blood and proteins cannot go through the little holes, alright? So remember that. Blood is abnormal if found in the urine. And it may indicate frank bleeding in the urinary tract, which comes direct from the GI tract. It may indicate infections or tumors, and it may be normal in the menstruation cycle for the females, and it may be intact red blood cells or hemoglobinuria? Moving on to pH, the normal range is 4.5 to 8. Average is 6. Acidic ash is meat, cheese, egg diet. Now that lowers pH, okay? If you eat meat, cheese, egg diet, that lowers the pH. Now, if you're going to elevate the pH, basically it's a bacterial infection that may elevate the pH, or you just have an excessive intake of vegetables for alkaline ash, okay? That elevates the pH also. We have protein here, like I said, when it came to blood. Protein in blood should not be found in the urine. Again, with the glomerulus. Remember that, with the strainer, okay? Now, protein is abnormal finding in urine. That it may mean kidney trauma, ingestion of poisons or heavy metal, bacterial toxin, glomerulonephritis. Remember the glomerulonephritis, and hypertension. We have nitrates, which is also abnormal. If it is found in the urine, it may mean enteric gram-negative may produce positive results with their number when their number is greater than 10 to the 5th per milliliter. E. coli can be present in the urinary tract, an early indicator of bladder infections. Last but not least is leukocytes. Leukocytes is abnormal when it is found in the urine, and it basically means pyuria, which means white blood cells and pus are in the urine. Indicates inflammation of urinary tract.